Batteries fully charged. Launch ready for AEW Spark in 3, 2, 1. All Elite Wrestling discussion is live. Cue host Owen Finch.
So, before we start the episode, I just want to give a quick shout out to my boy Nakajima he left Noah, so now he's a freelance wrestler, but I just want to give a shout out to my boy Nakajima, my boy over there. First match in All Japan, won the Triple Crown title. Let's fucking go. When I saw that match, I was like, this man's a bully. Like this man literally, like, during the match he was legit bullying the absolute dog shit out of fucking unfortunate homeboy known as, what was his fucking name? He was the former he was the champion at the time, and now he lost the fucking belt to the real motherfucker, fucking Nakajima. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I am really happy about boy Nakajima won the belt, but of course his upcoming challenger is his rival Kento Miyahara, which has a long history dating back to Kinsuke office, I believe. So yeah, they're gonna have a match for the Triple Crown title, but I don't know when. Probably in December or January. I don't know yet, but yeah. So yeah. Shout out to my boy Nakajima for actually winning the belt. So this makes it two world titles he won. One from Noah to now, one for All Japan. All that's missing is that New Japan Gold, and then he become a Triple Crown champion, baby. Well, in Puresu, he will be technically a Triple Crown champion for all three major promotions. So yeah, that's fucking sick as fuck.
I mean, I know Nakajima and everything like that. I can't really give much feedback to what you just said because I didn't see the match or anything like that, just because it's been a busy weekend and everything like that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, I'm happy for him. And yeah, because at Wrestle Dream, it was reported he was leaving Noah, and everybody asked if he was signing with AEW and everything like that. I guess that hasn't happened yet, so that's still TBD. I mean,
he's technically now okay. So in the world of pro wrestling, well, a Japanese, he's a freelance worker. It basically means that he's not really signed, so he could do whatever the fuck he wants, which is awesome. But I'm gonna be real with you. I don't want him to sign to no. I don't want him to sign to AEW because he's gonna kill everybody over there. He's basically the modern day Kawada. Plus, I don't think he'll work. Plus, he probably won't fit there. I mean,
right.
The only person he might have a really good match with is probably Takeshita. But
yeah, maybe Takeshita.
Yeah, but
Eddie Kingston also, because he's been putting on betas with the Japan talent lately.
I mean, he probably, you know what? I'm not gonna hold you. He might have a lot of fun with him because, like, he's technically wrestling a Kawada at that time. So yeah, probably Kenny Omega to Jay White, and that's pretty much it. I can actually think about.
Maybe Moxley. Moxley had a beta at All Out in 2021. So
he never faced Nakajima at All Out. He faced, what was the other motherfucker he faced? I forgot, but it wasn't my boy Nakajima. But yeah, yeah, that's just one thing I really wanted to bring up because I was so excited and so happy as a motherfucker because the first time I saw Nakajima was when he faced off against Shingo Takagi.
Right.
At the Wrestle Kingdom part 2 when it was Noah versus New Japan. Where he faced off. Yeah.
Was it this year or last year? Because I remember that happening one year.
I think it was. Hold up. I think it was last year. Was it? Hold up.
I do remember seeing something like that, yeah.
Yeah, hold up. Let me Shingo Takagi versus Nakajima. It happened. Oh, shit. Okay. It actually happened this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Fucking.
That's cool.
Because I think at the time, Takagi was world champ, right? Hold up. Because I don't... Was it? Or was he like never openweight champion at the time? It was one of those joints.
Yeah, well, if it was... I don't think he was a champion. It wouldn't have been last year because he just lost the IWGP Heavyweight Championship last year. So... And so he didn't have a title last year. Because last year, you forget, Wrestle Kingdom, I think it was 3 nights, technically. Because one night was, the Takagi Okada match. The other night was Okada Ospreay. And then the other night was all New Japan versus Noah. And then this year was the same thing.
Fucking Billiam Asprey. But yeah. So, yes, I usually open up with jokes, but I'm too fucking happy that my boy Nakajima won to the point that I'm like, you know what? I want everybody here to actually fucking know this. So now,
well, you don't have to open up with jokes every time. Sometimes we can be serious. So
yeah. So anyways, let's start AEW Spark, shall we? So. So
we got a lot of things to say this week. This was I would say like a fairly big week. And what I feel like this has been a bigger week than the last couple of episodes of Spoke. A lot of stuff went down this week, so we're just gonna get started with it. But yeah, we're gonna start with the bonus match. Bonus match it didn't air until yesterday, but we're gonna follow house show rules. And I think the bonus match took place before Dynamite, so that's how this went down. But the bonus match you can watch on Being the Elite. It was Colt Cabana and Brandon Cutler versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds. This was a fairly solid match. It was kind of cool because there was no commentary this time around, which was pretty cool. You know, it added a different atmosphere this time around. The match starts off, and Colt Cabana and Brandon Cutler make their entrances, and they would do cuts from the actual AEW cameras to the Being the Elite cameras, the ones that they're holding and everything like that. And they did some funny cuts. Brandon Cutler pointed out the fact that Colt Cabana sold her the headband that he was wearing, and he noticed that person in the crowd. When the Dark Order were flipping him off, they took offense to it and everything like that. That was relatively nice stuff. The match starts out, and it's Colt Cabana and John Silver starting off, and they're both yelling at each other. They're trying to exchange poses with each other, where they're trying to outpose each other. And the baby faces take advantage in the beginning. They didn't really play up to the fact that Colt Cabana was in Dark Order at one point, really. They were just never really brought up, which was odd. Eventually, the Dark Order get the heat on Colt Cabana. They beat him up for a while. They do this really cool thing where they, there's actually a cool thing that happens at one point where Colt and Brandon stretch Alex Reynolds, and they really stretch him out. Like, they stretch his arms and legs out. Like, I thought they were gonna rip him off or something like that. So that was pretty cool. And then, eventually they get the hit on Colt for a bit. Then Brandon Cutler gets the hot tag. It doesn't last very long. Eventually, Alex Reynolds power bombs Brandon Cutler into the knees of John Silver, which looked like killed. and they get the heat on him for a little bit. Then Colt Cabana gets the hot tag. He does a, the dusty elbows, and instead of hitting the actual elbow drop on the Dark Order members that were in the match, he hits them on Evil Uno instead. And then they go for the cold spray, and they kept trying to use the cold spray, but they couldn't get the trigger seemed like locked up on him. So then Alex Reynolds tried to do it, and behind the ref's back, it screws up on him, and it gets into his eyes, and Colt Cabana and Brandon Cutler try to win with a roll-up, but Alex Reynolds kicks out of it. And then Colt Cabana hits a splash, Alex Reynolds still kicks out, and then eventually the finish comes when behind the ref's back, Evil Uno wants interference, and eventually Alex Reynolds and John Silver hit their combination move that they hit, and eventually it causes them to lose the match. So Alex Reynolds and John Silver win. They're still trying to get the storyline over that no matter what Brandon Cutler and Colt Cabana do, they can't seem to buy a win. Afterwards, it shows them walking off, and there's a member of the fan that's blowing the cold spray right onto Colt Cabana's crotch, and Evil Uno and the Dark Order are just laughing at them about the fact that they got their ass kicked pretty much. And they've been having like video game debates about what game's better, so Evil Uno screamed that whatever video games they were debating about was better. And this caused Brandon Cutler to almost run up the stage and, go to attack him, but he realizes he's outnumbered, so he's not going to have very much success. So he kind of stops himself and takes a deep breath. This match was fairly good. I like the match and moves, and I like in this kind of storyline they have going on right now with Brandon Cutler and Colt Cabana. They did do cuts occasionally with, they would cut to the BTE cam and they would cut to the actual camera. I don't know if I like that. I think like they do that a little bit too much. But other than that, this match was good and solid enough. I actually kind of like the fact it didn't have commentary. It made the match kind of stand out and everything like that. But I didn't see this, or I didn't see all of it. But from what you saw, what I just described, how does this sound to you?
Alright, so I really think it's probably just my opinion, but I find it, I don't know what was the point. It's pretty actually, let me, cause hold up, 7. No, alright, so from what I can hear from you and how the match is, it doesn't fucking seem, I don't know, it just doesn't seem that fucking interesting, especially since it's
that's fair.
Especially since it's like, it's just fucking like it's just like, I know what they're trying to do. I just don't find it that necessary, especially since like it's just, I don't know what's the point of it. Let's just move on, because the more I think about it, the more frustrated I'll end up being. This was entertaining for what it was. Then we have Dynamite for this week. That took place on November 2nd, 2023. Trying to think if that's right. I think that might be wrong. I think it might be the first. Because wasn't Halloween Havoc Night 2 on Halloween, so this would be the first, right? Yeah, so this is the first. And we actually had an intro. It was a nice little intro that they did. And then MJF gets interviewed, and he actually FaceTimes, or not FaceTimes, but it does like a Discord, Zoom, Skype call with Adam Cole, and he's on like the big screen in the back. And Adam Cole wants to know why MJF hasn't taken up Samoa Joe's offer to team with them in the main event tonight. And MJF says, that he'll consider it, because he was actually calling Adam Cole to see who he would recommend to be his partner. Because he had a clipboard throughout the night of all people who would actually be his partner. And MJF tells Adam Cole that he promises that he's going to retain
the ROH World Tag Team Championships against the Gun Club if he can make it there. And then he said that he's going to keep the Triple B. And we find out that Adam Cole's recovering well from his surgery because technically in kayfabe, he's only had his surgery for 2 weeks. Because, he's been stuck at Roderick Strong's house and everything like that. So he's just in bed doing this call. And then Roderick Strong just screams Adam's name, like on the top of his lungs. And he comes up, and Roderick Strong and the Kingdom want to know how Adam Cole's doing, and wonders why he hasn't returned any of his calls and stuff like that. And he's upset. He wants to know Adam Cole's perspective about why MJF won't pick them to be his tag team partners tonight. And Adam Cole just left. He just ended the call and everything like that, and Roderick Strong didn't understand what happened. So that's pretty much how Dynamite started. I thought this was a great start to Dynamite. I like how they kind of included Adam Cole in these storylines every week, and they do it in nice new ways and everything like that. And obviously, the Roderick Strong, when he does Adam's, just gotta get so much heat now and everything like that. I think it's really working. So yeah, and obviously like this is a storyline that continued throughout the show where MGF tried to find a tag partner. So this was a good starting point to that. So overall, what did you think of this interview segment right here with MJF, Adam Cole, and everything like that?
It was alright. Like, it was goofy as shit, like always. And I find it pretty interesting that the fact that like this was going on throughout the whole show, which makes sense because it's basically saying that that the main event, right? Because like all this happened in the main event.
Yep.
All right, cool. So basically, this is like a running thing. So like whatever happens, well, we all know who's gonna be the partner, even if we was watching it at the time being. So it's like we know what's gonna happen. It's just it's just only a matter of when.
Yeah. But yeah, this was good stuff though, the way they broke it up. And then we had the International Championship match. It's Orange Cassidy defending against Claudio Castagnoli. And yeah, this match was very good. There's actually this very good video package that plays during Control Center where Claudio and Orange Cassidy, it shows the whole press conference, and it shows a great promo by Claudio before the match and everything like that. I think they showed a little bit of that promo before the match itself, but if you want to watch the whole thing, definitely go watch Control Center from last week. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this match was awesome. Very back and forth. Orange Cassidy gets the advantage in the beginning for a little bit, but it doesn't last long just because Claudio Castagnoli is out looking for blood pretty much. And he just slams Orange Cassidy to the floor. He throws him to the outside. He suplexes him onto the ramp. And then he throws him into the barricade. And yeah, he starts dominating the ribs of Orange Cassidy. And he works over his hand also, so that way he can't use the Orange Punch. And at one point, Claudio Castagnoli hits the swing on Orange Cassidy, and he hits this swing for like a long time. It was really great stuff. And then Orange Cassidy mounts a comeback. He hits a really good, instead of doing the Stun Dog Millionaire, he turns the suplex into a DDT, and then he hits a suicide dive to the outside. And I love the new thing that he's added to his arsenal now, where at first he'll do the kick where he acts like he doesn't care, but now when he does the kicks, he'll like really put like pressure under these kicks now, which is awesome. He has a really good splash, but Claudio kicks out of that. Claudio hits the powerbomb onto him, but Orange Cassidy ends up kicking out of it. Claudio locks him into a sharpshooter, but Orange Cassidy is able to get to the ropes. And then the finish comes when Orange Cassidy rolls up Claudio. He goes for the powerbomb again, but Orange Cassidy counters it into a roll-up. And Orange Cassidy retains the international title, but it did look like that Claudio's shoulder was up. But he's all this, Claudio doesn't really know what to make of it. And I forgot to mention during the match also, because Claudio was accompanied by Willie Yuta. Willie Yuta kept trying to interfere in the match. And Hook came out to run interference. So they both got ejected from ringside, and then it showed a thing backstage where like Hook and Willa Yuta were jaw-jacking with each other, and Hook ended up putting his hands on Pat Buck, who is like an agent / official backstage, so he's gonna get fined for that. And yeah, Hook just basically got thrown out of the arena, so he wasn't allowed. So that kind of hurt Orange Cassidy and any best friends chances. But yeah, if you do watch the segment, Hook barely even puts his hands on Pat Buck, so I don't understand. Well, I guess there was enough where you just shouldn't put your hands on it, but he barely touches him, in my opinion. But that's just me. But overall, I really liked this international title match. It was great stuff, and it was a great opener. And I liked the way that Orange Cassidy retained. I liked Claudio's reaction to it, because what happens afterwards is then Jon Moxley comes out, and he just attacks Orange Cassidy, beats the crap out of him, and Claudio is still just like surprised about the loss. He doesn't really join in on the attack until for like a couple minutes and everything like that. But yeah, Jon Moxley just destroys Orange Cassidy, and there'll be more on this in a couple minutes. But yeah, what did you think of this international title match? What happened with Hook and Willa Yuta during the match, and then the post-match stuff with Jon Moxley and Claudio's reaction when he lost? And stuff like that.
The match was good. I figured Orange going to win because this is going to lead to Orange and Mox again and all that stuff. But at the same time, I wanted to have a little bit of hope, just so that my boy, just so that Orange loses the belt, because he doesn't need it anymore.
No, he doesn't.
I feel like it's pretty stupid to put the belt back on Orange to begin with. You could have like fucking Phoenix retain and then have him go up against Mox again.
What's up with like throw Orange Cassidy in there?
No! Don't put Orange in the fucking match. He doesn't need to be in the match.
I'm just saying it ties all the stories together, though.
I don't care. I don't care. I just don't want the belt back on Orange. Like, have him move on. He doesn't need it anymore. But oh well, he's just still here for some fucking reason. But what else happened on the joint? Because I know Mox came back.
Yeah, so you kind of talked about that already. The Hook and Willa Yuta stuff, where Hook got thrown out of the building and he put his hands on Pat Buck.
That's funny as shit.
So he's gonna get fined now. Well, they didn't. It's not official, but the commentators were speculating that he was gonna get fined.
Yeah, but it's still funny as shit.
I forgot to mention, by the way. Excalibur, Taz, and Tony Schiavone. And then yeah, you talked about what about Claudio's reaction when he lost? He was all surprised that like he didn't join in the attack or anything like that.
He was shooketh.
Cassidy.
He was like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, the fuck? I lost the match. What the fuck?
Yep. And then MJF's backstage. He's I think this is the I just have to make sure I have the segment right. Yeah, this is the segment right here where I think he's going to Joe's locker room and he's about to knock on it to have him be his tag partner. But he doesn't want to because he doesn't want to give him a title shot because he's worried he's going to lose. So he just leaves.
He's going to die.
Yeah. So, and then Wardlow comes up out of nowhere
and grip the shit out of him. I sent you the fucking screenshot.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Of Wardlow grabbing him by his fucking shit and pressed him on the locker room. Well, on the wall. Like, it was the funniest sight I've ever seen. This nigga got awesome. Gripped up, pressed against the wall, and be like, what the... And the face MJF made was funny as shit, bro. He was like, hey, shit. And then Wardlow like, you motherfucker, I swear to God, bro, I'm coming for you, motherfucker. I'm gonna... Like, it reminded me of Heidenreich and Michael Cole.
yeah, it did.
I'm like the fear in MJF's eyes was like real. he was scared as shit. He was like, I'm about to die, ain't I?
But I like this, again, setting up all various opponents for MJF and everything like that. Yeah. So I like this a lot. This is good stuff. It's great. And then Jon Moxley does a promo backstage. And yeah, this was very passionate. He talked about how he's sick and tired of being screwed over by the system and injuries and everything like that. And he mentions to Orange Cassidy that he took away his revenge match against Rey Fenix so that way he could get the international title back.
Talk to
them. And he mentions that he showed respect to Orange Cassidy. The reason that he even made it out of All Out alive was because he allowed him to. But next time, he's not going to be so nice, and he's going to take back his international champion.
Talk to him, Mox. Talk to them, bro. Tell them the truth. You got screwed out. You got fucking bullshitted in this joint, bro. Talk to them. My man does not deserve the belt. You do, bro.
But yeah, so now that match is official. Orange Cassidy will be defending the title against Jon Moxley. Again, I'm kind of with you where I don't like that because now this isn't completely AEW's fault because obviously Mox also. So he probably would still. I assume they were going to do this match again anyways. It's just that Mox probably would have been defending the belt against Orange Cassidy. But I still don't like this because it does feel like it does feel like we went backwards with this story where now we're just kind of backwards. We went all out. So
we went backwards for no fucking reason.
But again, I can't fault AEW too much just because
Mox I can.
I want to, but we can't because circumstances caused this to sort of to happen. Because had Mox not gotten injured, he'd still be the champion right now. But yeah, they should have just left the belt on Phoenix and then did a triple threat or did just a one-on-one match with Phoenix and Mox, but they didn't do that. I don't know if Phoenix got injured too, so that's why this happened. I'm not sure because we haven't seen Phoenix since he lost the belt. So I'm not sure what happened, but I like this. I just don't like where it went. I wish we could have done something else, but whatever. And
Phoenix also just chilling at this moment, like he's just cooling right now.
I also think it's just kind of weird too. I don't know what the Blackpool Combat Club are. I know they've made mention that they're just whatever the story dictates, but it just seems like they're doing this thing too much. Where sometimes the faces, sometimes the heel. I would like to kind of have a little bit more of clear direction because on this show they were clearly heel, but on Collision they were baby faces. So
I was wondering, are they fucking heels or are they fucking whatever? Because I'm so confused.
Yeah, and then because Danielson's been a baby face up until the Okada showed up again, actually. So, it's just really weird. But, anything else you want to say about this Moxley promo?
I love Mox cutting promos. You can see the passion in him. And it makes me really happy to see that passion with Mox. I just be over here.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I need now is Mox winning the belt. And continue his reign. So, because his reign was cut short due to injury.
So, definitely. Yeah. Next, we had an ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Championship match. It was Heyman, Adam Page, and the Young Bucks defending against the Gates of Agony with Prince Nana ringside. Prince Nana didn't invoke the rematch clause until the afternoon of the show, so that way Heyman, Adam Page, and the Young Bucks wouldn't really be able to prepare for them. They had a very limited amount of time, which was a nice storyline beat there. Heyman, Adam Page too came out and he was looking for blood from what Swerve did the previous week. The match. It's about the same level match they had on Rampage Grand Slam, but it's still really good stuff. They get the heat on Matt Jackson for a while, and then eventually Heyman Adam Page gets the hot tag. And just when it kind of looks like the Heyman Adam Page and the Young Bucks are going to put this away, Swerve Strickland comes on the screen. Actually, no, he doesn't come on the screen. He comes out, actually. And Heyman Adam Page tags out, and he goes right after Swerve. And Swerve runs away. And I don't think Swerve was really running away because he was scared of Heyman Adam Page. He just wanted Heyman Adam Page out of the situation. So that way he... whatever happens next happens. So then what happens is the Young Bucks are stuck facing the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage in a 3-on-1 disadvantage. And... they try the best they can to fight them off, but unfortunately, just because of the numbers game, the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage eventually hit like a triple powerbomb onto Nick Jackson. And they get, the Gates of Agony pin Nick Jackson. They become the new ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Champions. And they celebrate afterwards. And then afterwards, the Young Bucks just throw a gasket, pretty much. Mainly Matt Jackson. He just starts throwing stuff around and everything like that. And then backstage, Heyman, Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland are trying to get at each other, but security and personnel are holding them back. They do get into a little bit of a fight, but it still gets broken up. And now we're gonna get Heyman, Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland 2, which I'm looking forward to, but kind of not, because I'm worried that Heyman's just gonna get his win back, which. I guess it makes sense with where the story's going right now, but I would prefer Swerve win just to really put him on the map and everything like that. But with everything that's been kind of going on, where, Swerve's been kind of making his life a living hell since Wrestle Dream, and mainly since Heyman and Page cost him a shot at the TNT title, it does seem like that it's going to be a Heyman win. I could see, though, them doing a second match, and then in the at the pay-per-view at the end of the year, I think it's World's End, they do have a blow-off match, and that's a stipulation match. Swerve could win that one, and then everything's okay. But I like this all overall, and they definitely, as from what we see later, it definitely looks like they're trying to set up the Young Bucks to be heels again, which I think is needed, because the Young Bucks, I think I mentioned this, well, you're not in the rundown chat, but I mentioned that I think it seems like the Young Bucks have been very directionless. Really for a while, I think since before All Out last year. So it's nice to see that stuff's starting to happen with them again. So yeah, overall, how did you feel about the match, the Swerve part of it, and what are your thoughts on what's gonna happen with the Young Bucks? I mean, you could save that because the Young Bucks show up again later in the show. But yeah, what do you think of all of this?
What was the fucking point of them holding the damn titles anyways? The Young Bucks, because you know what I've just found out? Guess who were the champions before the Young Bucks? Like, guess who the Young Bucks took the title from?
The 6-man belt, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took him from the Gates of Agony.
So what was the fucking point?
And Brian Cage. I guess they wanted to show that Heyman, Adam Page, that Swerve Strickland was potentially wrong about Heyman, Adam Page not having the grit that he used to have, so they wanted to get that story over and everything like that. But yeah, I don't understand it does seem kind of odd. Like, they basically just took the titles off them, especially too because they could have got a huge buy rate from Final Battle, because that's coming up. Like, them being there would have, I thought, upped the ticket sales and upped the pay-per-view buys. But I guess they didn't want to do that. So yeah, I'm not sure really what the point was, because now we're just kind of back to where we were. And Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony, I think, have beaten all the teams they could beat to retain these titles. So I don't know.
Just find it stupid.
Yeah,
because like, they won the titles, cool. Now they lost the titles to the same people that beat them for the titles, and man, let's just move on before I get even more pissed off by this shit.
Then MJF's backstage again. He wants to offer for Kenny Omega to be his partner for tonight. So he knocks on the Elite's locker room door, and Chris Jericho comes out, and obviously this is a callback to the feud that they had back in 2021. So MJF asked Jericho, "Hey, is Kenny here?" And Jericho just slams the door in his face, and MJF is just like, he just basically calls him a bitch and everything like that. And then when he's about to walk away, a hand comes out with the scissors, wanting to be scissored, and we find out that it's Matt Caster and the Acclaim. And Matt Caster says, "So we hear you need partners for tonight. Well, we're not doing anything tonight. You want us to be your partner?" And MJF is just like, "I'm not teaming with you tonight. It's not happening." So he walks off, and Anthony Bowens is upset with Matt Caster because they just hid there in the corner, thinking MJF would accept, but that didn't happen. So they're all mad at him. So I like this a lot. I liked the callback to the Jericho MJF feud. I liked the Matt Caster part of it, and this was good stuff here. So what do you think of this?
He's such a scumbag. Yeah, but he's my scumbag. Alright, bro. Whatever.
It was good stuff.
Yeah, I find it good. This is the only thing I like about this whole fucking show. It's just Max Caster and the whole interaction between him and fucking between him and MJF because it's a callback to the fucking Twitter thing, which is funny as shit. It's always been funny to me because it's like they're still in character, and 2 is just goofy as shit. I love it. I love goofy shit.
I can't blame you. Yeah. Next, Adam Copeland has a promo. He talks about how he's happy to see Shivani. He mentions that Shivani wears a lot of hats backstage, and if you guys were fly on the wall backstage, you would appreciate Shivani more. And then he talks about how, when he came to AEW, he wanted to do stuff with Christian Cage. That was really a big goal of his. And ever since he's been in AEW, Christian Cage has just been ghosting him and everything like that. But he says that he realizes he has to move on from that, and he's going to do just that. He's going to try to get his singles career going and everything like that. And then he gets interrupted by Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. And Christian Cage talks about how Adam Copeland shouldn't accept Sting and Darby Allin's offer to be their tag team partner, just because if that happens, he's basically going to break his neck some more and make it so that way he can never wrestle again and never lift his children ever again, which is just really dark. Christian Cage says that he's going to retire Sting, and he mentions that Darby Allin's still wrestling in a sling after what he did to him at Wrestle Dream, and he mentions that his arm's never going to be the same again. So he sends Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne over to attack Adam Copeland. And it works pretty well. Adam Copeland tries the best he can to fight them off, but because he's outnumbered, and obviously Luchasaurus is bigger and a brute, it doesn't work out for him very well. And then Christian Cage is about to take out Adam Copeland with the concerto, but Sting and Darby Allin run out, and Darby Allin just really tackles Nick Wayne to the floor, which was awesome. And they're beating him up, and Christian Cage is getting up, and then Adam Copeland's getting up, and Adam Copeland lays out Christian Cage with a spear the first time that finally happened. And he gets on the mic and realizes that Sting and Darby Allin were right. There's no point in trying to get through to Christian Cage, so he accepts the offer to be the mystery tag team partner. So that's the first from now for Full Gear. And that was basically it. Overall, I liked this segment for what it was. I thought it was good stuff. I thought everybody had really good delivery here. Obviously, Christian Cage into this segment as he typically has been. I just have a couple of critiques. It's just a couple. First, it sounds like Adam Copeland's just out of breath now when he comes out now. I don't know why that is. It seems like that's been happening a lot since he's come out on AEW. But he just sounds like he's always about to pass out now. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And I also thought they should have waited at least either till next week or the go home week for Adam Copeland to join the team. I thought they kind of rushed that a little bit. I think they should have waited at least another week or so. And also too, I think Adam Copeland put his hands on Christian Cage early. That also should have been saved. So overall, I like what happened. I just have I just think they should have gone about some of this stuff a different way. But overall, we got to where we were supposed to be. So that's good. And I'm looking forward to seeing Adam Copeland and Stan and Darby Allin team up, because obviously we've never seen that happen before. And I actually did like one thing that did happen, because Adam Copeland actually mentions, because I remember that was a big critique I had last week, as he mentioned what the relationship between him and Stan is like. And he mentioned that, Stan was there for him, and they were there for each other when they went through their neck injuries and stuff like that towards the end of their careers and everything like that. So I like that Adam Copeland addressed that, because, we were kind of wondering what was going to happen. But overall, this segment, I'll give like a thumbs up, but I think some of this stuff could have gone a different way. But yeah, how did you feel about this segment, and now that Adam Copeland's going to be on the team and everything like that?
It was dope. I dig it. And like the thing is that like I don't really mind the fact that like I don't mind the match happening.
Oh, not at all.
And like the thing is, the whole joint. Okay, the whole segment was pretty good. Like I dig it a lot. I just hope that it doesn't disappoint. Like from what I'm seeing, like Edge, like he still got it. That's true. Like because his match against Luchasaurus, you could tell he's having too much fun with that shit, bro. And I dig it like either way. I just hope he doesn't fuck himself up right now.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Because he is wrestling again, which we'll get to on Collision this upcoming week. So we'll see what happens there. That'll be the first time we see them as a team and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I was enjoying the show pretty well up until this point. I'm like, okay, I love obviously what happened with the 6-man tag title match. I thought they could have done that a little bit better, but the show wasn't pissing me off or anything like that. Then we have Tony Khan's announcements. Yeah, I've been waiting to talk about this all week. So yeah, we typically, I know you've been sick of these anyways, but typically at least when Tony Khan announces he's going to have a big announcement, typically he'll announce a match that's coming up, he'll announce a new TV show coming up, he'll announce a pay-per-view coming up, he'll announce, other things. It's usually something that's significant. Not this time. So what happens is, him and Nigel McGuinness are backstage. I don't know what Nigel was doing there, but he was there. Well, I guess for the announcement, but, there you go. So, Tony Khan and Nigel McGuinness are talking about how great of a year AEW has had with the pay-per-views this year and everything like that. They mentioned
and the bullshit y'all been doing,
But All In has been a successful pay-per-view. They talked about how successful they were last year. Not last year, but this past year and everything like that. And they mentioned that, since it's going to be in Wembley next year, Tony Khan's like, we're really excited about that. So he announces on December 1st, you can get a pre-sale and you can basically buy your tickets early and everything like that.
That's right, folks. You could pre-sell your fucking tickets for the next year. You fucking schmucks.
And then Nigel McGuinness, he mentioned how much fun All In was last year, and he looks forward to next year. And he tells everyone to hurry up and do this pre-sale and everything like that. And then that was his announcement. That was the end of the segment here. Oh my gosh, where do we even begin with this? Okay, so first,
I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest with you. But
this pissed me off. I was pissed off all week, so I'm talking about it. But so this pissed me off. One, I hate commercials. I don't think I've ever told you this before, but I do not like commercials. I hate watching them. It's bad enough I have to watch them during Dynamite every week, pretty much, because of the picture-in-picture bullshit. But I essentially just got a commercial here, which made me mad. And I think you remember last week, I'm like, okay, I was kind of looking forward to Tony Khan's announcement. He usually announces something pretty significant. But he announced something that can't even go into effect until December 1st. Like, he announced it way in advance that, like, isn't going to mean anything. And then it's for a show now that I'm not even going to probably even end up going to because, so this announcement doesn't mean anything to me. And then yeah, now that he did this, anytime Tony Khan will make an announcement now, no one's gonna take it seriously anymore. Like, I've saw like people's vlogs and stuff when they were actually at this show live. They were pissed that this was the announcement. By the way, they were not happy, and you can't blame them because Tony Khan just got everyone all excited for nothing. And this announcement, by the way, too, I think what pissed me off about it the most is this announcement. You know, I think I said, you know, from what I said, it was like a couple minutes. This announcement goes on for like 2 to 3 minutes. It does not end. It goes on forever.
What?
Talking and talking and talking.
He was just yapping, you know? He was basically saying to pre-sell your fucking ticket for next year, and then he dips.
Yeah, but this announcement was awful. Like, honestly, up until the MJF tag match, I was pissed off doing this whole announcement. I was so mad. I was like, damn it. I just got scammed into watching a commercial. It's just like, oh, this announcement just really sucked. It was so disappointing, and I don't understand this. Like, this is something that you could have announced on a YouTube video, on an exclusive, not your TV show that your network is paying you money to announce. This is just, I don't understand why they did this. They could have posted this on X. They could have posted this on Instagram, and this just really pissed me off. This was a waste of an announcement and a waste of my. I think I made it pissed because this is 2 to 3 minutes now. I'm not going to get back. And I already lost 2 hours because I did a retro. That was my own fault that I can't even use now. So I have a lot of time. I only have so much time on the planet that I'm already wasting on videos I can't even make. Now I'm going to waste my time on. This is 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not getting back ever again. It's just like, come on. But yeah, how did you feel about this announcement? Maybe you love this announcement.
Nah, man. I actually despise this shit so fucking much. Wasted my fucking time over some bullshit that I'm not even, bro. So this was a really good announcement for those who actually give a fuck. For those who actually gives a fuck about this fucking shit. Like, congratulations, you can pre-sale tickets. Nigga, you could have said this on your fucking website. No. Because it's like, bro, you just wasted my fucking time. Like, yes, cool, congratulations, we could finally pre-sell the fucking tickets and shit like that. Cool beans. Cool. That's fine. That is so fine. Like, fine. But this is the type of announcement that you make on your fucking website, bro. You have a goddamn whole functioning website, and you got your full functioning website, you got your full functioning social media, you got your fully functional YouTube channel. You could, bro, okay, if they announced this on YouTube, I really wouldn't mind.
No, not at all. I wouldn't have even watched it.
Yeah, but also they also got the community tab where they could post like updates like that on YouTube. They could have did it on that. I really would not mind that. I would probably look at it, but I won't even do anything. I was just like, oh cool, I could just pre-sell tickets. Cool. If I wanted to go, to go to the show, that's something I would probably do. But the fact that he had to make a whole public appearance when it's like he's treating their fans like they treated them like they're special ed, bruh. They gotta tell them to their face in the fucking like on your TV. Like, you're making us feel like we're stupid. Like, you've been hyping up, I got a special announcement, get ready, it's groundbreaking. And then it's just like, hey guys, the special announcement is ticket sales. When we at a state in pro wrestling where it's like, we feel like we want to be in the, not only like in the loop and all that shit, but we want to just, we don't want y'all, like, we don't want our intelligence like fucking played with. We already dealt with that in WWE. We already dealt with that in fucking, like, you know, just in general. So the last thing we want is for you to make us feel like we're stupid and like make little announcements matter. Like it's cool that now we could pre-order a ticket sales for some shit, but we don't need a whole announcement about it.
Yeah,
you could just tell us this on fucking social media.
Yeah, I don't get
it's
what
annoying.
happened. So then we move on to the next match. It's Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Cool Hand Angelo Parker with Jake Hagar ringside versus Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega with Don Callis on commentary. And Will Ospreay and Kenosuke Takeshita were also there, but they were just kind of standing around. I was pretty pissed off during the beginning portions of this matchup, so I really don't remember what happened. I was just mad. And then Parker and Menard dominate Kenny Omega. They get the heat on him for a while, and then eventually Jericho gets the hot tag, and he does a pretty good hot tag onto them. I'm liking Omega and Jericho as a team right now. I think they're actually performing some pretty decent tag moves together and everything like that. Eventually, Matt Menard hands the bat over to Cool Hand Angelo Parker, and he's about to use the bat on Jericho within full view of the referee, but I think he just doesn't care because the job of 2.0 was to take out Jericho and Omega, so they were going to get paid no matter what. But it doesn't work. Jericho ducks it and hits the Judas effect on Parker for the win, and Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho win the match. Obviously, Don Callis isn't happy about this. So Don Callis realizes that the only way that he can really put down Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega for good is to do this in the streets. So he challenges them to a street fight. It's going to be an 8-man tag match with street fight rules. It's not at Full Gear. It's going to be on Dynamite. So I don't think it's this week, but I think it's next week because it's the one that's happening in Canada. I'm personally okay with them not doing the match on the pay-per-view. I think some people complained about that. But if it's in Canada and you're going to get Kenny Omega, I don't mind. Plus, also, they've been doing a lot of multi-person matches with Kenny Omega. I wanted to see him have a one-on-one match for a change, but that may not happen. But, yeah, we find out that it's going to be the Don Callis family, so it's going to be Powerhouse Hobbs, Kenosuke Takeshita, Will Ospreay. No, not Will Ospreay. It's going to be Kyle Fletcher, because he's joined the family now. And Sammy Guevara. He had to kind of remind people that Sammy Guevara is still a part of this. He hasn't been around a little bit because he's had a concussion lately and everything like that. Don't know how smart it is though for his first match back to be a street fight. It's not really very smart, but I don't run the company, so I can't really. That's how that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. And on Team Jericho and Omega, it's going to be Jericho, Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Jericho's partner that he was talking about, the guy that's bigger than Powerhouse Hobbs. No more BS, Paul White. And he comes out, this is the first appearance he's made on AEW since All In. And he stands on the stage. Kyle Fletcher runs over to try to attack him, I guess, but he fails miserably. He just gets knocked out immediately. Yeah, Paul White didn't look like he was in the best. He looked like he was in good shape, but you can just tell he's definitely had hip injuries, and he looked kind of old this week. And it's really weird because he was on LVW recently. He didn't look old there, but here he looked old for some reason. But yeah, I'm excited to see that match. I hope that's the last match Paul White has because I don't think he needs to have any more matches. Again, I don't know how smart it is either to put someone who just had 2 hip replacements in a street fight. But again, I don't run the company. But overall, I liked this for what it was. I probably would have liked this more had I had not been pissed off from the announcement bullshit that just happened. But overall, I'll still give it like a thumb up, 1 thumb up, because maybe like an Orange Cassidy when he used to do the thumb up. Maybe I'll give it like that type of thumb up. But overall, how did you feel about the match, and how did you feel about the announcement we're gonna get at the street fight?
Paul White looked so fucked up.
Yeah,
which was the first thing I saw, and I was worried. I'm like, yeah, he looks like a mess, bro. But I hope if this is gonna be his final match, I really don't mind, because But okay, one thing I hope happens that this is a cinematic match. Because I'm a big fan of that now. I don't know why.
Me too.
There's just something about it. It's different. And if there's a cinematic match, this is one way to tell her, just be like, hey, yeah. So I hope this is a cinematic match and all that, but yeah. But other than that, it's fine. Like it's fine by me. I really don't mind that. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. So
yeah. Next. Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho get interviewed. So I forgot to mention there was, because I thought I already covered it, and I thought it was the next MJF thing. But in one of the MJF backstage segments, he notices Darby Allin's locker room, and I think it was before the Adam Copeland segment, and he writes "emo face stork" on his locker room, which is funny. I like that. But anyhow, so next, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho get interviewed, and they're talking about their win. They're talking about how they look forward to finally taking out the Don Callis family. And you can see the Young Bucks kind of in the background and everything like that. And the Young Bucks come up to Kenny Omega, and they're just like, I'm glad that we have each other's back now. They're being kind of smarmy because they're upset with Kenny Omega that he doesn't have their back after what happened to them during the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team match. And they say they're upset that, he didn't have Heyman and Adam Page's back during this feud that's been going on with Swerve Strickland. And they're upset that Kenny and Jericho didn't ask them to be, their tag team partner in the street fight. They're asking Kota Ibushi, who Kenny Omega hasn't hung around with in a while, and Paul White, someone who's washed up pretty much. And they're also upset that Chris Jericho... hating on their locker room, and they still don't like him, obviously, from the feud back in the day. And the Young Bucks are mad, and they just leave the locker room, and they're basically like, yeah, enjoy the locker room. Don't even bother cleaning up after yourselves. And they just leave. So, yeah, it's interesting what's going on with the Young Bucks here. This is kind of something new. I don't mind them being heels. I won't even be mad if they're heels. They're just disgruntled that everybody's just not trusting them and everything like that. But, yeah, I like this. Yeah, okay.
All right.
But yeah.
But first, the segment, meh. I'll be right back.
But yeah, overall, I like this. And then we had a Women's World Championship match. It was Hikaru Shida defended against Willow Nightingale. This was a good, solid women's title match here. I liked it for what it was. Yeah, Willow Nightingale did like an interview, I think, before it, where she mentioned she was looking forward to having a title match, and Chris Statlander asked her about what was going on with, Sky Blue and stuff, but she didn't give much of an answer. But yeah, this was a really good women's title match here. I really enjoyed it. Eventually, Shida wins with the katana, and she retains the title. And afterwards, she shakes Willow Nightingale's hand, showing respect. And it was questionable whether that was going to happen with everything that's been going on with Willow Nightingale. But eventually, she does end up shaking her hand. And then afterwards, Timeless Toni Storm runs out. She's just skipping around and all that type of stuff. And Shida immediately runs up and attacks her, which was funny because it was in black and white anytime, Timeless Toni Storm was on camera. So what ended up happening this time is it showed Shida charging up towards the stage, and when it got to the point where it showed Timeless Toni Storm, it went immediately into black and white lighting and everything like that. It was funny. But they brawl to the back, and then the lights go out. Julia Hart shows back up in the ring, and her and Willow Nightingale have a face-off with each other. And obviously, we don't really know what's going to happen here. And then Sky Blue runs out, and she at first stands face-to-face with Julia Hart, but then she stands side-by-side with Julia Hart, as if they're both going to attack Willow Nightingale. Julia Hart's finally corrupted Sky Blue. But Swerve, Julia Hart turns around and she spits blue mist into the eyes of I'm sorry, not Julia Hart. I meant to say Sky Blue. I think I said Julia Hart by mistake. But yeah, Sky Blue turns around and she spits blue mist into Julia Hart's face. It doesn't really get into her eyes like it was supposed to, but the intention was there, and that's all you can ask for. But yeah, it goes into the eyes of Julia Hart, and Julia Hart escapes, and basically we find out that Sky Blue, tricked Julia Hart here. So now it looks like that Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale are going to be teaming up to take down the House of Black and all that type of stuff. So yeah. Overall, this women's world title match was fairly solid. I thought it was good stuff. I liked it. I like the stuff that happened post-match more with Timeless Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida, and I like the House of Black stuff. So overall, that was good stuff. And when Zero comes back, I'll have him give his thoughts about what he thought of this. So, next, MJF's backstage again. He's just sitting on the floor. He's all upset that he can't find a tag team partner for the main event tonight.
I'm back.
So, welcome back. I'll just break down the MJF segment, and you can just talk about what you missed. But yeah, he's sitting down. He's all upset that he can't find a tag team partner. And Matt Caster and the Acclaimed come up, and they're like, you still have a chance to find some tag team partners, but there's a couple of conditions this time. First is that MJF has to scissor them, and the second one is that they have to wear. They have a trash bag with ring gear in, and he has to wear what's in the trash bag. And MJF obviously doesn't want to do this, but he's like, you know what? I got one more option right here. But his last option is Jeff Jarrett, Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Karen Jarrett, and they're just like, "Yep, I guess you're gonna be. I guess we're gonna be a tag team partner." So MJF realizes that he's either gonna team with them or he's gonna team with the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. And obviously, it doesn't look like he's made his decision, but it's pretty much implied that he's gonna pick them just because he doesn't want to team with Jeff Jarrett's team. So. I liked this segment here. It was really funny. It was really great stuff. I loved what AEW did with MJF throughout the night. And yeah, you could just give your thoughts on the Women's World Title match and the post-match stuff with Toni Storm and Shida, and then the House of Black stuff that took place, and then obviously this segment right here.
Well, the corruption level has decreased a lot, which is pretty fucking interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So that. And the other thing that I found out is that for Willow's corruption level, it is a staggering. It decreased a lot. Shit. So yeah, So overall, Sky Blues has been has decreased to 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Willow is at 1%, but it still lingers because they might have a duel. So I don't know. So yeah, that's the level. And as for the MJF thing, this has to be a meme. Fucking Jeff Jarrett, like they pan to Planet Jarrett 2.0, and it's just them laughing.
Yeah,
It was the funniest thing I was dying. I'm like, oh nah, this is so cartoonish. I love it.
It was great.
It was great. Yeah.
So then we have the main event. It's Bullet Club Gold versus. Actually, no, we don't have the main event. We have one more thing before this, and that's Renee Paquette's backstage. No, I was gonna say I thought Google corrected it, but no, it does say Paquette. I might have spelled her name wrong, she's backstage. She's talking about something. I don't remember what it was. And then Roderick Strong and the Kingdom come up, and Roderick Strong, I think he stole somebody's phone or something because he calls Adam Cole, and Adam Cole answers thinking that it's not going to be Roderick Strong. I guess he thought it was. I don't know who he thought it was going to be. And I love it too because when Adam Cole picks up, Roderick Strong's just like Adam, and he's like screaming. You could just tell like you can't see Adam Cole, but I think he has this phone up to his ear, and he's probably like going like this, probably to try to, because the guy's screaming. He's like, you don't need to scream. I got the phone right up to my ear. But Roderick Strong, says that he's tried everything that he can with MJF, but he just doesn't know what to do, and he tries to get Adam Cole's recommendation. And Adam Cole's just like, I don't know, I gotta go though, see ya. And then he just hangs up because he doesn't want to deal with Roderick Strong. So the Roderick Strong just doesn't know what to do, so he's just sad. So yeah, I don't know what this. I don't know. I like this segment here.
Bro.
What do you think overall of this segment right here with Roderick Strong and the Kingdom?
Goofy y'all. Just goofy y'all. That's all it is. I'm just like, alright, bro.
Then we had the main event. It was Bullet Club Gold versus MJF and Mystery Partners, and they ended up being the Acclaim. The Acclaim came out first, and he did a pretty good rap on Bullet Club Gold. Unfortunately, at least on my end, anyways, Matt Caster's mic got cut throughout most of it, so we couldn't hear most of it. But which sucks because that's the big thing everybody wanted.
So my man was too excited that the mic fucking just destroyed itself.
MJF does come out, and he's basically wearing Acclaim style ring gear now, which he's not happy about. And yeah, Matt Caster tries to get him to scissor him, but he doesn't do it. He just goes onto the apron, and the match starts out. The Acclaimed and MJF and Daddy Ass kick the Bullet Club's ass in the beginning. Well, Bullet Club Gold's ass. Bullet Club is in Japan, so that's a different fashion. And Bullet Club Gold gets the heat. They start dominating Anthony Bowens for a while. It's really good heat stuff. They really do a good job of dominating him. And then eventually MJF gets the hot tag. He really starts going off on Bullet Club Gold, but he never gets his hands on Jay White, really. He keeps running away from him and everything like that. And they do some good bits, too, where, they try... the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass try to scissor MJF, but either he just doesn't do it, or they get cut off by Bullet Club Gold, which is nice. But then eventually, MJF is on he's on fire pretty much. He's just taking out Bullet Club Gold, but then eventually Jay White comes in from out of nowhere, and he hits the Blade Runner on MJF, and he pins MJF. At first I was mad about this, because I was like, after all this, they better win, but they do make up for it. But it does make sense, because now it shows, now that Jay White's done this, now it shows he could potentially do this at the pay-per-view. So I thought they did that pretty well. Then afterwards, Jay White's about to hit MJF with the world title, but Matt Caster takes the bullet for him. He ends up putting himself in position. He pushes MJF out of the way, and he takes the title shot. And he got hit with the title. He didn't get a title shot. And then Bullet Club Gold went off, and before MJF and Daddy Ass and the Acclaim can get to him, and they're happy about this. And then, MJF obviously feels bad, but Matt Caster still has enough energy to pull out the scissors, and MJF still won't scissor him. And Billy Gunn gets into his face, and he's just like, after what he just did to you, you fucking scissor him now! And unfortunately, MJF doesn't have a choice. He, finally, there's a scissor party going on between MJF, Daddy Ass, and the Acclaim, and that's how the show goes off the air. So, I liked everything that they did here. We got everything that this paid off exactly the way that it should have. We got the team up finally of the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass with MJF. They teased the scissoring spot a lot. I liked, obviously, I didn't mind Bullet Club Gold winning. It doesn't make sense for the pay-per-view and the story they're trying to tell, because they obviously, if MJF gets there anyways, and if he does retain the title, it'll make it all that much more better when he does. And then we got the culmination at the end where MJF finally joined in the scissor party. So everything worked here. I thought everything was awesome. This is probably the highlight of AEW right here. So this was awesome stuff. How did you feel about how all this played out?
All the stars align. We get this. It was pretty good. But the match wise, it was good. No complaints here. But the only thing is that now that with this like I know this ain't gonna last long. Like the whole acclaiming MJF thing, but it was a pretty good feel good moment. Max finally this to team with MJF, which is pretty cute. So yeah,
It was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that was Dynamite. Overall, I thought Dynamite was a solid show. I'm gonna give Dynamite like a B. I think it would probably be a better show had the Tony Khan announcement not happened. That just really pissed me off, and that's only one thing, but I feel like it just pissed me off throughout the rest of the night. It hurt my enjoyment for the show, so I'm gonna give Dynamite a good solid B. I think too, had the MJF stuff not happened, it would be probably a B minus. But yeah, overall, what is your like? I know you don't do necessarily do letter grade. What is your like?
I give it a television out of 10.
That could be good. That could be bad. So
whatever.
Yeah. Now we have Rampage. Yeah, Rampage was actually pretty good. I might have been high up on adrenaline after watching Crown Jewel, so maybe I'll enjoy Rampage more than I usually do. But yeah, Rampage took place on November 3rd, 2023. We had the commentary team of Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Paul White. And the opener was awesome. It was Penta El Zero Miedo versus Commander versus Vikingo. This match ruled. It's awesome stuff. The only thing that sucked about it was I think one of the titles should have been on the line. Whether that because Commander's the AAA World Cruiserweight Champion and the World Tag Team Champion. I can understand maybe not putting that title on the line because Penta El Zero Miedo probably doesn't fit the weight limit, but they at least should have put the Mega title on the line. Because this match should have been a title match. But yeah, this match was awesome. It was basically everybody just did like a big dive and everything like that. Eventually, Penta El Zero Miedo did get the pin. He pinned Commander with the Zero Fear, the package pile driver, pretty much. But yeah, this is great stuff. You should really go watch this match for yourself. It's really just a big spot fest and everything like that, and I thought it was awesome. Did you see this at all? And if you did, what'd you think of it?
It was flippy as a motherfucker. It wasn't bad. It served its purpose of being like a lucha match, but you're also forgetting one more key detail. Is that during this whole thing, I think it was the dawn. Well, it's November 2nd. Hold on, real quick, because
It'd be November 3rd, because
Day of the Dead for Hispanics.
Yeah.
Well, Mexico. So this is one of the traditions, I believe. So, then especially with the hype man, my boy, I forgot his name again, but yeah, he was wearing some dead paint to because it's Dawn of the Dead, even though it happens the day before Rampage, but they still want to do a little thing for it, so I find that pretty cool. So,
yeah, it was very cool.
But I did saw this match. It was pretty flippy, and I rest.
Then Team Jarrett gets interviewed, and yeah, they're just gloating. They talk about how Jay Lethal has an ROH World Title match anytime he wants it, and the reason that they're trying to recruit Ortiz is so that way they can pick his brain a little bit, since him and Eddie Kingston knew each other way back, and they've known each other, and they kind of want to give him a chance to get some payback. But when they realized that wasn't going to work out, they just are like, well, Jay Lethal can just do it himself anyway. So they're all gloaty, and they laugh, and they leave. And then Ortiz comes up, and he tells them, and he basically said that he's going to deal with these guys next week. So, yeah, that's pretty much it there. Nothing really too fantastic. What did you think of this?
Damn, Planet and Jarrett really trying their hardest, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously Jay Lethal's got that ROH World Title shot.
For some fucking reason.
But don't forget on Collision, not last week, but I think it was a couple weeks ago now at this point.
Yeah, like I know the match, but it's just like for some fucking reason now he got a title shot. Like what the fuck?
But
do not need no more belts, bro. Retire, bro. But yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens though. He might catch it in a final battle. That might be the big main event there. We haven't seen Eddie Kingston a lot recently because I think he's been defending the New Japan Strong title, so that's why we haven't seen him a lot recently. I would like to see him, but obviously,
the world is cold, binocular. All right, man.
Then we had the Guns versus Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. So the Guns wrestled twice, technically, because this is taped after Dynamite. So they wrestled twice. Yeah, this was good stuff. You know, unfortunately, Daniels and Sydal didn't get an entrance, so you knew that where this was going to go. They ended up losing. There's a new name for the finisher now, but I forget what it is. But it's basically the flapjack into the flatliner, and that they hit that on Matt Sydal for the win. Excalibur kept trying to say this was done in fairly quick fashion, but that really wasn't the case. I mean, this match went a bit, so I don't understand. I guess faster than he thought it was going to go. I think he thought it was going to be more of a well-balanced matchup, but that wasn't the case. Afterwards, Bullet Club Gold do a promo talking about how they're going to take the ROH World Tag Team titles from MJF and take over basically AEW and ROH, so they'd be taking over two wrestling promotions.
That's really cute. So anyways.
I assume you didn't see this, right?
No, but it's pretty cute to actually hear them say, we're gonna take over AEW. I'm like, yeah, and I'm gonna be the fucking president of the United States. All right, bro.
Yeah, you tried to push it a few weeks ago.
So.
Then a few quick segments here. RJ City's backstage. We're supposed to have the return of Danhausen, but then he just walks by the camera and says, "Nah, next week, we're not ready yet." So they just have to throw it back. And RJ City doesn't really know what to do. So I guess you have to wait a week. So there you go. It wasn't ready. And then the Outcasts are backstage getting interviewed. And Ruby Soho feels like ever since Tony Storm left the Outcast, that things haven't been going their way, but Soleil is just like, what are you talking about? Like, we're the veterans of this group. Like, I'm the one that can bring you to the promised land. And she's talking to Ruby Soho as if Ruby Soho's a child, and basically is also putting her down at the same time. And they make it like that was the joke. Like Soleil was talking to Ruby Soho, like Soleil was the veteran. But Ruby Soho then just says, I'm older than you. But then she walks off. And then Cool Hit Angelo Palco is checking her out pretty much. And then Daddy Magic Matt Menard is pissed at him. He thinks he's lost his killer instinct because he didn't take the shot with Jericho or anything like that. And, that's it. He just walks off and he's going to go hype up Daniel Garcia for his match tonight. And Matt Menard calls him a pervert. This segment was really bad. None of this was good. It was terrible. Did you see this at all, or did you not see this?
I didn't even watch Rampage after the fucking triple threat. So.
Yeah, but you didn't miss much there.
I bet
then we had Marina Shafir versus.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, guess what? Marina Shafir lost. She lost to the Cold Blue, and that's it.
Shit, bro.
I feel like you only like Marina Shafir because James hates her so much.
Not really. I just want to see her look improve.
But yeah, she didn't win. So, then Darby Allin and Lance Archer did some really good promos on each other to hype up the match coming up on Collision. It's good promos. And then we had the main event. It was Trent Beretta versus Daniel Garcia. This match was really good. You should check this out. Trent Beretta actually took the heat in this match, which was kind of interesting because usually you'd think it'd be the other way around, but it wasn't. But he does hit a power driver onto Daniel Garcia, but he kicks out. Then eventually Garcia hits one onto him, and when he kicks out, Daniel Garcia locks him into a crossface, and Trent Beretta taps out immediately. And then afterwards, Daniel Garcia talks about how he just proven that he could take out anybody on this roster. And he mentions that, he hasn't had many singles matches this year, and he wants to change that, and he wants to call his shot. And he calls out MJF for a title match. And he said that he's going to prove it and be the best professional, and he stops himself. And then Excalibur asks, what do you want to be, Garcia? You a wrestler or a sports entertainer? And then he says, I'm going to be the best sports entertainer in the world, and choke out MJF. And then he puts the mic down, and then that's it. I like this a lot here. I really like Garcia here. And he's starting to get really over with his dance now, even more so now that he's by himself. So, yeah, this is awesome stuff. And the match gets made official. We find out later in the night if you're on social media and all that type of stuff. But, yeah, I know you didn't see this, but how does this sound to you? Does this sound good or bad?
He's a professional wrestler. But anyways.
That's Rampage. I thought Rampage was good. I'll give that like a B-. I think mainly it's because of the opener and the main event. I thought that stuff was really good. So then we have Collision. That took place on November 4th, 2023. We had the code opens, and they brought back that system now where they did the promos before the intro now, which I'm happy about. I thought those were over, but they weren't over. So FTR do a promo talking about how they're not sure how this team up with the LFI is going to work out, but they say they're going to take out Ricky Starks tonight and put him in his place, which was pretty cool. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass did a nice little promo talking about their tag title, talking about the celebration they had coming up. Darby Allin and Lance Archer did a promo on each other, looking forward to their match. And then Swerve Strickland's doing a promo about AR Fox, about how he's a disappointment to the faction and everything like that.
That's crazy.
And during this promo, AR Fox attacks him and beats him up backstage, and he beats him up to, Swerve Strickland was right near the entrance where he would have come out and everything like that, and that's where they were. But this was kind of cool. Like, no one's ever really interrupted, like, the cold open and promos. The thing I didn't like about it is that they went right to the intro and then the pyro, so it kind of didn't really feel like it. It kind of looked like it was more planned and everything like that. But overall, I thought, for what it was, but I liked this because what was funny about it was AR Fox is beating him up inside, and the pyro's going off like as they're attacking each other and everything like that. So that was pretty funny. Before we talk about the AR Fox Swerve Strickland match, how did you feel about the cold open and promos, and then the fact that they actually did, for a change, somebody getting attacked and stuff, like during the intro and everything like that?
It was cool. Nothing special,
yeah.
Other than like, oh, cool.
But yeah, then we have AR Fox versus Swerve Strickland, and this match was awesome. This match was really damn great. AR Fox dominates and just destroys Swerve Strickland in the beginning portion of the match. Eventually, puts Nana, trips him up when he bounces off the ropes, and this allows Swerve Strickland to get the advantage onto him. And he throws him into the announcer's table. And eventually, Swerve Strickland hits the Swerve Stomp from the second turnbuckle and beats AR Fox. But AR Fox looked really strong in this match. You got a lot of offense in here. It would have been nice if they did this match, obviously, a couple months ago when it would have been relevant. But I guess it's better that we get it now than never, I guess. But yeah, this was awesome stuff here. I like this a lot. But yeah, how did you feel about this match?
It was a really good match. It reminds me of Lucha Underground days.
Yeah.
So I was really happy about that.
Then it showed some hype for the AEW World Title match that's going to happen at Dynamite, where MJF talks about how he wants to see the professional wrestler Daniel Garcia, because if he brings the sports entertainment, he's going to eat Daniel Garcia alive. And then it kind of showed just mainly Daniel Garcia's promo that he cut from Rampage. But I liked this promo segment here. Really built up the title match very well. So how'd you feel about this?
I didn't even see the fucking promo.
Yeah, it does happen kind of quick. So, and then there's post 8-man tag comments that was shown from Dynamite, where MJF talks about how, he says that congratulations, Jay White. Yeah, you beat me, but that was only after I had my back to him. Let's see how you do it face to face. And he's just putting him down. And Jay White just being all cocky, talking about how MJF is so focused on other people. He's not focusing on his priorities. He doesn't have his priorities in order. He should be focusing on the Bullet Club goal because he's going to keep the title. And he says that he'll potentially defend, he'll not defend the title, but have an AEW Eliminator match where whoever beats him before he gets the title officially, he'll give a title shot to. And they met Bullet Club Gold, said they're going to take the week off of Collision since they've been holding on the fort on Collision. They're going to let other people have an opportunity to showcase themselves, which you can definitely tell they were missed on Collision this week because Collision kind of suffered without them. But how'd you feel about the post 8-man tag comment? I thought it was good stuff.
It was alright. Nothing special to me.
And then Kip Sabian gets interviewed, and he's upset with Mark Briscoe that he interrupted him and attacked him in Penelope Ford's hometown. And he challenges him to a 6-man tag team match tonight. And he picks his partners. It's going to be the Workhorsemen. Not sure what happened to the Butcher with the Blade. But I didn't mind this team too much. And, he's thinking that Mark Briscoe isn't going to be able to find a partner in time because of how little time he has to of the tag match. But we'll see. What do you think of this?
It was something. Nothing really special.
It was something. And then we had the Kingdom versus Brixton Nash and James McGregor. This was a squash.
Who in the fuck are these goons? I was never alerted of their existence. Such goofy fucking names, bro. Well,
I think we have seen... Brixton Nash was a name I recognize. I think we've seen him get squashed by somebody before. I don't know who. And then James McGregor, I think, was new. So, yeah. But the Kingdom attack him. They beat the crap out of him. And then eventually... I don't even think Brixton Nash tags out. Eventually, they hit the backpack... Enziguri kick combination on Brixton Nash for the win. And then afterwards, the other guy, McGregor's getting to his feet. And Roderick Strong is ringside. They actually did a funny bit where Dasha Gonzalez was introducing them. And Roderick Strong comes out in his wheelchair and just yells Dasha at her, like the same way he yells at him, which was really funny. But before the guy can really do anything, Roderick Strong's able to store up enough energy to get out of his wheelchair to hit a high knee onto him. But the second that, he goes onto the ground, he's still injured from the wheelchair. So the Kingdom have to help him back into his wheelchair. And they kind of reel off and celebrate together. So, yeah. I like this for what it was. I've enjoyed Roderick Strong lately. So, they do tell Adam Cole to watch his back. His match is going to turn on him soon. So, what do you think of this? I thought this was entertaining.
It was goofy as fuck. I really didn't watch this match at all. Not at all, bro.
And then, I forgot to mention, too, after the Swerve Strickland AR Fox match, FTR came out during it, and had a face-off with the Gates of Agony because it tied into the main event. And it looked like they were going to be outnumbered. But then LFI ran out and helped them fight off, but they didn't shake FTR's hand. So it still kind of shows that they're just kind of out for themselves. So there you go. Then Christian Cage has a video package that basically shows everything that he's done on Collision. I don't know why they showed this. It really wasn't necessary, but whatever. And then Mark Briscoe gets interviewed, and he talks about, how he's happy to be back on AEW. He looks forward to fighting people again. FTR come up to him and they offer to be his partners tonight. They said they'd be willing to do a duty, but Mark Briscoe wants them to focus on their stuff while he focuses on his stuff. And, he just yells and stuff. It was good stuff. What did you think of these two segments? The Christian Cage video package and the Mark Briscoe interview?
I didn't see the Christian Cage one, but I love seeing Mark. I love his energy. I love his energy. He's just so fucking lovable. I love this man. He's just so
Yeah, it's
goofy. I
awesome.
love him.
Then we had Lance Archer versus Darby Allin. This match was very good. I liked it a lot. It goes how you expect. Lance Archer dominates him, and Darby Allin will get little flurries in there. Eventually, he hits a code red from the second turnbuckle and rolls up Lance Archer, but he kicks out too late. So Darby Allin gets the win. And during this match, Jake the Snake Roberts got sent to the back. And Jake the Snake Roberts was like, no, that's not how we're going to do things. I have a backup plan. I have a backup army that's ready for war. And he says that he has people that can get the job done, which was interesting. I don't know if that's setting something up. And it's the Righteous. The Righteous come out, and they're about to attack Darby. He's getting ready to fight them. But then from behind, Lance Archer lays out Darby, and he lays him out with the, not the Holocaust, but what the name is the other finisher?
The Blackout.
The Blackout. And, it looks like they're a faction now. It looks like Lance Archer's joined the Righteous, which is interesting. I think the Righteous did do a promo before the attack, but I don't remember what they said. But yeah, I'm interested in this. Unfortunately, I think it was just a team to throw together, so that way Adam Copeland, Stan, and Darby can beat somebody, because that match got made official. I think after Collision was off the air, but I liked this. But what I didn't like about it is I just think we're seeing too much of Darby Allin. He's on everywhere now, and I'm just kind of sick of that. I think he's being overexposed, but I like the idea of Lance Archer and the Righteous going together. I just hope AEW sticks to it. They don't just drop it after this 6-minute match with Adam Copeland, Stan, and Darby. But how'd you feel about the match and the post-match and everything like that?
I'm happy. The Righteous is finally going to get some fucking time. With Jake the Snake Roberts, which is... I never even thought about that. Yeah,
it's awesome.
Them with Jake, that is interesting.
Then Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and Sky Blue get interviewed. And again, Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale requested this interview. I guess you just put in a request for an interview, it just happens. I don't know how that works. But Chris Statlander is happy that both of them didn't get corrupted by Julia Hart. And Willow Nightingale thanks her. But Sky Blue said that she didn't do what she did for Chris Statlander. She did it to defend Willow Nightingale. So there's still kind of that going on. So she kind of leaves. Huh?
That is... that's understandable.
But when they leave, though, Chris Statlander is convinced that they're friends and something like that. So, overall, I like this. I kind of like, where this is going. But yeah, it is interesting. She did that for Willow, but not Chris Statlander. Although Chris Statlander kind of looks stupid coming out of this, because she's just like, oh yeah, whatever. It's just, what did she think's going on here? I don't understand that. But what did you think of this segment? I liked it. I didn't like how Chris Statlander was.
It was pretty stupid. It was stupid as fuck. Like, bro, I don't want to see you at all. Not right now. Why you gotta show up, bro? You're just fucking. Why you requested this? This is like. Is this supposed to be therapy?
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get what you're trying to get out of this. Like,
yeah.
The fuck?
And again, why can't you just request interviews to happen? Like, I don't get that. Then again, knowing Tony Khan in real life, he's pretty soft. So, but anyhow, then we had an interview with Alex Abrahantes. He talked about how happy Penta El Zero has been with his performances lately. And he gives an update on Rey Fenix's injury and everything like that. And he says he's going to be coming back for that international championship. And then Swerve Strickland comes up to him, and he's basically intimidated him and everything like that. And this leads to Alex Abrahantes challenging, on behalf of Penta El Zero Miro, Swerve and Penta for a match on Dynamite. which I think is cool because I'm pretty sure they faced off in Lucha Underground when Swerve was Killshot and Penta was just Penta. So I think it's kind of a cool callback. I think the match will be different this time because I think Swerve's style is different than it was in Lucha Underground, and I think Penta's the babyface and Swerve's the heel this time around. So that's gonna be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this match. I think it's gonna be awesome. What did you think of this match?
Did you not hear the one part of the promo where Swerve's like, back then we both used to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned Lucha Underground without saying the whole name. He just mentioned to us. It's just fucking dope as shit. Love it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Then we have the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass's 69 championship celebration.
This was so stupid.
You want to talk about it? Because,
it's so goofy, bro. I love it. Like, it's so stupid. Like,
please talk about it.
Okay, so, throughout this whole fucking shit, there was just making fucking 69 jokes and shit. It is like, they're such degenerates, bro. No, like no wonder it's such degeneracy, and it's funny as shit because it's coming from Billy Gunn, used to be in D-Generation X.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
So there's nothing else to be said other than they just celebrate the fact that they held the titles for 69 days. They even got a special message made for Max of MJF, basically saying that after what you did for actually taking that bullet, I kind of starting to like you. You're kind of growing on to me. Ken Max is like, oh my god, this fucking fangirling and shit. It was adorable.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is just like. So yeah, they just have a big ass celebration, all that shit, just nothing special. And then all of a sudden, boys, Dalton Castle just shows up out of nowhere for no fucking reason. Destroyed the damn trophy for some fucking reason.
They just let that happen too. They they just watch it.
Just like, bro, what? So random. So yeah, that's basically what happened. You got any comments about it, Bucko?
Yeah, I loved it. The Dalton Castle part was weird, but good weird, I guess. But yeah, I thought at first it was just gonna set up a feud for the trios titles, but no, it just led to a match right afterwards. Like Tony Khan just made the match official, and they had a match, and it wasn't much of a match. I think it was a lot of it was daddy ass and stuff like that, just beating up the boys. Eventually, they lose. Dalton Castle and the boys, and the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass retain the trios titles. I thought AEW kind of missed an opportunity to make a feud out of it instead of just doing a match right afterwards. But it's whatever. But maybe something else will come out of it. But yeah, I think we need to get a feud going with the trios championships. It doesn't really seem like they have a feud going. It just kind of seems like they're just kind of there. Which I like seeing them. I just would like to see some storylines be made with them. But how'd you feel about the match? And do you think, do you agree with me when it comes to feuds being made for the trios titles, or are you just kind of whatever about it?
The belt fucking didn't feel shit the moment they lost it to, okay, the moment the House of Black lost the belts, and then what happened afterwards, then nothing's going on. It's the day I realized we need champions that actually has material for the fucking belts. Yes, a feud could happen. I really wouldn't mind it. But who the fuck are they going to feud with to make the belts matter? There's barely anybody fucking there. I'm like, what the fuck? But, like,
I was gonna say Blackpool Combat Club, but Bryan Danielson's injured now, so that can't happen. So
I mean, it could still happen. Just have Moxley do a double duty. Just just have him be like a dual champion if you want, but
Yeah.
like he could do it. I believe he could do it. But I don't know who the fuck else is going to be like their opponents. So
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we had Andrade Alito gets interviewed. He gets asked about what his answer is from CJ. He says he's going to answer next week. I feel like this promo was just copy paste, and then he just said, "Yeah, we'll answer next week." So
he literally said the same thing. I am by myself.
He did.
He basically just like what he's basically telling her is stop asking me these fucking questions, bro.
Yeah,
leave me alone. I told you I am by myself. But since you want the scoop, fine. I'll tell you next week, okay? Now leave me the hell alone.
That's how it went, yeah. So
stop asking me these stupid questions, bro. But
and then we had Kip Sabian and the World Horsemen versus Mark Briscoe and a couple mystery partners. They ended up being Natural Limitless, which was awesome. Match was good. It was good stuff. Eventually, Keith Lee hits the Spirit Bomb onto Anthony Henry, and he beats him. And we just win. Afterwards, backstage, Mark Briscoe challenges Jay White to a match for being a phony champion, and because obviously he used to be his whipping boy back in Jay White's young days. I think it was when he was on Excursion, when he was in New Japan. So that was a good callback. So that match gets made official for later. And yeah, how'd you feel about this match and the post-match interview with Mark Briscoe?
I just like seeing Mark, bro. Like that's all. Like that's all I gotta say. I just like seeing Mark Briscoe. He ain't gonna win the match, but I just like seeing him around. Yeah,
it's good to see him around. Yeah. Then we had Emi Sakura versus Willow Nightingale. This was a rematch from, Battle of the Belts on Rampage. I don't think that was called Battle of the Belts. It was Championship Friday on Rampage. That's what it was called. And yeah, this match was good. Willow Nightingale wins, and that's all that happens. Nothing happens really with Sky Blue or Julia Hart this week. This match was kind of pointless. It was just kind of there just because they needed to get a women's match on the show. So.
Fun fact: that laugh is in Fire Pro, but it's not by her. It's basically like a replica. It's basically like, in a sense, a remake of it. But yeah. So yeah, a little fun fact for all you fucking morons.
How'd you feel about this women's match right here, though?
There was a women's match? Let me stop. But yeah,
did I even say who won? I don't even know if I did.
Willow won.
Yeah.
Because
the one with the Dr. Bomb.
You think? Yeah. I love me a good Dr. Bomb. That movie was pretty good.
Yes.
Like I put a character, J.K. Miller, he uses it, but he called it the Dr. Junior Bomb because his teacher was Dr. Junior, so he's like, fuck it, Dr. Junior Bomb. Yeah.
That's cool. Then Samoa Joe gets interviewed. They hype up the fact that he's going to be the longest reigning ROH World TV Champion. He wasn't quite yet. I think he had to get through the weekend, and he did. I don't think he even had a title defense, so that's good. And then he warns MJF that he needs to still think about his offer, just because, there's a lot of people that are gunning for him, and it's better for him to have protection. And he talks about he's the most dominant ROH World TV Champion of all time. Then Keith Lee comes up. He looks at that championship. He says that he begs to differ. And then, they make the match official for Wednesday. It's going to be Keith Lee versus Samoa Joe for the ROH World TV Championship. So, I'm looking forward to seeing this match. I really wish, though, they would have made a feud out of this instead of just doing a match on Dynamite. I would have liked to have seen this happen at Full Gear or Final Battle of all places. But, because I think Joe and Keith Lee would have been a money feud, but, they're just going to waste it. So I was not happy about that. But overall, how'd you feel about this backstage segment between Keith Lee?
Keith Lee is the type of nigga who basically was just saying big words, bro. It is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, I love me some Keith Lee. That is my boy right there. Like, that is my boy.
Yes.
And like, hold on, I'm trying to figure out what he said before. Hold on, real quick.
While you're looking, I'll mention one thing I'm happy about. At least for this week, it seems like they forgot about the Shane Taylor Keith Lee feud because it wasn't even brought up this week. Good, that we don't need to never hear it. We don't need to speak of that anymore. So.
This man said, "Mighty orgulous of you." What the fuck? This man is.
I don't know.
This man is speaking in Skyrim. I don't even know what a orgulous. I'm trying to. What the fuck that's supposed to be like? I'm trying to like real quickly.
Yeah, try to make it out, and then we'll move on to the main event.
What the fuck? Okay.
Oh. Yeah, let's see what he said.
Like, okay, so like, he's basically saying, I couldn't find it, but like, basically he's saying that Mighty like confident or some bullshit. So like, I don't know. So he's an NPC, bro. I love this man, bro. He's a Skyrim NPC. It's just.
I think why I'm so mad it's happening on Dynamite instead of like a pay-per-view is there's probably no chance that Samoa Joe's losing the belt, so it just sucks because it just feels like they're gonna feed Keith Lee to Samoa Joe, which I'm not happy about.
He's not.
But, you never know.
Like, he's not gonna win the belt, but at least we could finally see him in his element. So
they better not do some BS too, where Shane Taylor costs him the belt too. I'd rather him lose clean, but we'll see. It seems like that feud though they just forgot about it, which I don't find. I didn't like that feud. But then we had the main event. It was the 8-man tag team match. It was FTR and LFI versus Ricky Starks, Big Bill, and the Gates of Agony. This was a good 8-man tag team match here. During the match, the House of Black were watching it. We don't know where they were watching it from. They were just from the rafters, I think. And yeah, good solid stuff. Eventually, Roosh, he wins the match with a double knees and all that type of stuff. And yeah, he wins. He pins Khan, or Kwan, I forget his name exactly. And then afterwards, FTR go for the handshake again, but LFI just walk out. And the lights go out when they come back on. The House of Black are beating up FTR with Ricky Starks and Big Bill, but this time LFI don't make the save. And instead, it's Claudio Castagnoli and Willa Yuta that run out with chairs and make the save. And yeah, that was pretty much the end of Collision. I liked the main event; it was good stuff. I liked what it set up there, and there's really nothing to say about it. Anything you want to say about the main event?
I found it okay. So the main event was the 8-man tag. I really didn't give a fuck about this match. It was good, but I didn't really care. So there was something Malachi said that was pretty interesting. He said,
yeah, the message.
Yeah. So he basically saying that your friend is gone and you really want to get some gold. So we basically gonna it's cryptic. Well, I'm trying to remember what he said because I just saw it. He basically was like, your friend is gone and you're trying to focus on getting that gold, but we're gonna prove to you you're not ready for it. Then they appear and then Ooga Booga boom, beat the shit out of them. But yeah, I don't know why Claudio decided to show up, but oh well, I guess. So yeah, it is what it is, bro.
Overall, this was a good episode of Collision. I'll give it a B-. The biggest problem with this show, it was very skippable. You could have missed this episode of Collision and not missed a thing. Like, I think the only real notable thing you probably should have watched is probably the Swerve Strickland Mayo Fox match. But even if you missed that, you didn't really miss much. Anything you want to say about Collision, you're Raiden, and do you agree? Do you think you could have missed this episode of a Collision and not missed a thing about AEW?
You didn't really miss much, bro. Oh, like yeah, like the point was, well, it wasn't pointless because at least some people got some bumps in, but it was a episode that wasn't really anything special. It was just a regular ass episode. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
So now going through what's going to take place this week on AEW. Looking like a pretty big week. So yeah, let's see if that happens. We have some stuff announced. On Dynamite, we got some stuff announced. MJF is going to defend the AEW World Championship against Daniel Garcia. Swerve Strickland is going to face Penta El Zero Miedo. Red Velvet's going to make her return. This is the first time we've seen her in I don't know how long. She's going to be facing Julia Hart. Samoa Joe is going to put up the ROH World TV Championship against Keith Lee. Mark Briscoe is going to face Jay White. And I saw somewhere not the Outcast, but I think it's the Outliers. It's that 70s tag team is going to face Stan and Darby Allin. So that's going to happen. And then yeah, I'll check their Instagram page just in case. Yeah, it's going to be the Outrunners versus Stan and Darby Allin. That's who it was. And then there's going to be a sit-down interview with Tony Schiavone. He's going to sit down with Hikaru Shida and Tony Storm to talk about their title match coming up. So, yeah. And then I think that's everything that's announced thus far for AEW. So, looking like I actually think this will be a pretty decent card this week. So that's good. Nothing announced for Rampage yet. So it's weird. They're saying Friday is when Collision's going to take place. So, we can't do a crossover episode, but if that's the case, but
what's happening on Friday?
It says Friday's Collision this week. It says on Friday, November 10th, AEW is on the road to Full Gear. Will you be there live on Collision Rampage make their debut? I don't know if they're just taping it maybe and just going to air it Saturday, but I'm not sure. But we do have a trios match though that's going to take place on Collision. It's going to be Stin, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland versus Lance Archer and the Righteous. So that should be an entertaining. Unfortunately, I think it's just going to be a match like Adam Copeland, Stin, and Darby Allin. And then on Wednesday, November 15th, it's going to be the Don Callis family versus Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, Kota Ibushi, and Paul White in a street fight. So I'll be on November 15th episode of Dynamite. And as for Full Gear, the card's starting to really take shape. I think we pretty much have the card. Obviously, there'll be some matches, I think, added. But as of right now, we have either MJF or Daniel Garcia defending the AEW World title against Jay White. MJF in a mystery partner, or MJF just by himself defending the ROH World Tag Team titles against the Guns. We're going to have, for the AEW International Championship, Orange Cassidy defended against Jon Moxley. This is going to be the second match in their series. Again, we have another second match in the series. It's going to be Heyman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. We have a trios match. It's going to be Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne versus Adam Copeland, Stanton, and Darby Allin. And then we have Timeless Tony Storm's Hollywood Homecoming, the quest for the gold at Full Gear. The champion as of right now is Hikaru Shida. That obviously could change depending on if they have Shida defend the title before then, so that's TBD. And yeah, that's everything announced for AEW coming up. But yeah, let's find out. We do have some news things coming up.
We actually got fucking news? Holy shit.
Yeah, I got a lot of news. We did find out about Bryan Danielson's injury, what's kind of going on with that officially. Tony Schiavone mentioned it on Control Center and mentioned that he's undergone surgery for his broken orbital bone and he's going to be out until later in the year, which I guess is going to be December, because at this point, that's the last month of the year. So it's like, he's either just going to be gone until then or he's not come back to January. But we did, even though this isn't AEW related, but we do know that the next time, as of right now, that we'll see him wrestle, he's going to be at Wrestle Kingdom, it looks like. He's going to face... Oh, God,
bro. I'm excited as a monkey motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, he's going to face Kazuchika Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't know what number We're at 19 now?
18.
18, okay. yeah, I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be really great stuff. I'm also nervous. I know that's not how Bryan Danielson got injured, but still, I hope that's not his first match back. I'd like to have him have a match back, but again, we'll see. But yeah, so that's that. Any thoughts about that? About Bryan Danielson's recovery process and everything like that?
It's a bit interesting for him. Well, I'm happy. Well, fuck it. Come on, baby. You know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna speak from the heart. I'm fucking stoked. I am excited. I am happy. But this has to come at one thing. Bryan Danielson has no matches for the rest of the year.
Yes.
That's all I want. Because I was scared when Bryan had a fucking match against
But yeah, are you talking about the death match with Ricky Starks?
Yeah, that pissed me off because I was like, I was scared that he might get injured again. But luckily he didn't. So yeah, that's good. So, another thing is that I'll put it. Thank God this injury is gonna be ready be done in about a few weeks.
Yeah, thank God.
And that's pretty much it, I guess. I could probably say.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this. Because I think Collision suffered without Bryan Danielson this week. I think he was meant to come back, and he was going to be not the face of Collision, but the replacement for CM Punk, because that's basically what happened. Now they don't have that now, so it's Collision, I think, is going to struggle because they don't have a person to build a show around at the moment. I mean, I guess they could build it around Adam Copeland, but, the guy's going to be in his 50s, and he's not, as you've seen, he's not, I know Tony Khan says he's a full-timer. Let's be real, he's really not a full-timer. I think he's had, one match since he's been in AEW, so I don't think he's really, my opinion, he's not a full-timer anyways. So,
yeah.
But yeah, we have some other things announced. This was announced a while ago, but they showed a graphic for it, so I figured it'd be an excuse to announce it. At DDT's Ultimate Party on November 12th, Chris Jericho is going to face Kinosuke Takeshita.
What the fuck? This nigga really going to DDT?
It's insane. I'm going to try if I can try to sit down and watch this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anything you want to say about that?
This man's really showing up in DDT. What the fuck are we in right now? I am.
Yeah, it's insane.
In awe. What the fuck? This man going to DDT, bro. I hope he runs into the pheromones because I'm gonna be laughing. Bro, this is fucking goofy.
Yeah, it's insane. And then another AEW star that's going to an indie promotion. House of Glory presents the Darkest Hour. Swerve Strickland's going there. He's going to be facing Mike Bailey. That match is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Wait, who?
Mike Bailey.
Yeah, who? Yeah, who's he coming against?
Swerve Strickland.
Oh shit, that's gonna be a fucking crazy match.
Yeah, it'll be a banger. So I'm looking forward to that. And then this week, Greg Listico officially signed his contract to AEW, so now he's officially in AEW. So it'll be interesting to see what AEW does with them. Obviously, it looks like they're gonna do this LFI gimmick for a little bit, and then we'll see what kind of comes of it. But he's been there for a while. I guess he was just there on a handshake agreement, and now it's good to see what he can actually do now that he's signed to a contract. Anything you want to say about this?
That's cool. So anyways.
Yeah, I like that. Then there's some stuff that's been made about AEW when it came to TV rights. I'm getting all my news from Dirt Sheet Radio. I'll just read this real quick. So Fightful Select reports AEW and WMD as part of a few weeks were unable to come to terms on a deal which would include television rights, pay-per-view, as well as the library. Those at WMD stated that Tony Khan has a particular value that he believes the AEW library is worth. WMD sources that were spoken to said that they've been very happy with the AEW partnership and look for it to continue. When asked about viewership numbers, they are often the talking point. One source there noted that it isn't anything that the company had anticipated, especially going up against competition in the fall. So kind of good, to hear about what the competition's like with the network providers and everything like that, just to hear, because obviously that's the biggest thing AEW need is TV rights and everything like that. If they don't have that, then we can't watch AEW pretty much. So, yeah, it does suck. I would like them to have like a streaming service, like a network, so that we can get like past matches and stuff like that. Because obviously, right now we don't really have that. Right now, you just kind of have to rely on YouTube or, let's just say, illegal ways to find in the old episodes. So, I would like to have some past stuff. But yeah, what are your thoughts about hearing about the partnership, how that's going with AEW and Warner Discovery Bros and everything like that, or Warner Bros Discovery?
I really don't know how to feel about this. Like, I just hope there's a way that they put in. Man. Okay, so like I hope they end up having a streaming service so we could watch like past events without going to Fight TV and all that shit, because I feel like since it's Warner and I don't know, all I want is just a way to have people watch the old shit, old matches, right, old shows, and get a chance to get a chance to actually experience what they missed.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all I could probably say about that. And
then we have some other stuff. Samoa Joe now is officially the longest reigning ROH World TV Champion. He broke that record last Sunday. I think that's very well deserved. He's been really doing well with this TV title. I think our problem is who beats him for the title, though, because no one on the ROH roster full time. I don't really think it's credible enough to beat him right now. The only person that is Don Castle, because they've been building to that storyline for a while. But now that Joe is going to be facing MJF, I think I talked about this before. I feel like Joe has to lose the title either by shenanigans or someone like Keith Lee or like a Wardlow would have to come in and beat him, because I just don't know who could beat Joe for the title. Anything you want to say about it? I know this isn't AEW news, but he's, it's part of AEW because AEW owns ROH. So anything you want to say about this?
I mean, it's cool. I don't mind. And, it is what it is, Just, he's now longest reigning champion. Deserved. And now let's see what's next.
And then Jericho did an interview with Tokyo Sports, and I think he was probably doing this in preparation for the DDT. And then he got asked about if AEW themselves would go to Japan and just do a show. And he said, I think it's natural for AEW to come to Japan since we have our expansion outside of Japan also in mind. I think that's something like an AEW raid on DDT Pro or New Japan Pro Wrestling will happen in the future. So I obviously would like it if AEW went to Japan, because we haven't seen a major wrestling company do a show in Japan. Well, that wasn't New Japan anyways, like a WWE or AEW or Impact.
WWE had a live show that was actually back when there was a network. They did a show in Japan that was not pay-per-view, but like a network exclusive. And I think at the same show it was Finn Balor winning back the NXT the title. Hold up, I could check because I know.
I know which one. That's when he first won the championship. Yeah, so.
And they had Beast in the East as well.
Yep. So. Yeah, I would like to see AEW in Japan though. I assume they would do it for a pay-per-view. They wouldn't just go there for the TV. But I would like that. How would you feel about if AEW went to Japan?
It's gonna help them. Like, it's gonna help. All right, so Beast in the East was the event where there was the Finn Balor match.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really wouldn't mind if they did that. Like, if they go to Japan and just do a show there, they might do well. They ain't doing it. Like, they damn sure ain't doing it in the Tokyo Dome. But maybe in the Budokan, or maybe in a Kurikan Hall or some shit, Sumo Hall, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Tony Khan would try to do it in the Tokyo Dome because
he's gonna be stupid as fuck if he do it, because that ain't gonna sell out, bro.
Right. And then we did find out some more that came out of the Bryan Danielson, because obviously he challenged Okada during one of New Japan shows. He was actually supposed to be there. He was supposed to show up and challenge him, but because of an injury, he couldn't be there. I don't really think you could say anything about that because that's just facts. You really can't give opinions on facts. It's just tough. So I've saved this for last, though, because I know you want to say something about this.
All right,
There's a big long sentence. There's a big long sentence about it. I don't know if I should read it, but yeah. Ric Flair has signed a multi-year deal with AEW.
That's a big fucking lol.
Yeah.
And the only reason why it's a big fucking lol is just the fact that it's so goofy. People mad about it, which I get, but at the same time, I really don't give a fuck. I never gave a fuck when he just came out. I'm like, alright, bro, whatever. And it doesn't.
I didn't think he'd sign a contract, but I figured he was going to be there anyways because of Sting in his last match and everything like that. So, yeah. I think the reason why people are mad too is he got clearance from his doctors to do a match if he wants to. That's what people are worried about. Obviously, because as you remember, he did a match last year, which was a show built around him. It was called Flair's Last Match. And let's just say it didn't go very well. It was really bad. The event itself was great, but then Flair's last match was not great. So, yeah. We'll see how it goes. I kind of hope if he's just there and just makes occasional appearances. I think a lot of people are thinking because this is a waste of money, because there really is no reason for them to sign Ric Flair. He can just show up and be partly appearances. Maybe Tony Khan feels bad for Ric Flair just because obviously he's fallen into hard times in the past in his life and everything like that. So maybe he feels bad for him. But, you know, it's not necessarily to the Tony Khan's not giving all his money to Ric Flair. I think how it is Ric Flair has a partnership deal with somebody that's helping pay for his contract. So it's not like, you know, it's all coming from Tony Khan and things like that. But I'll let you give your thoughts, and I'll read word for word what's actually going on, just so that way I didn't get anything wrong. But what do you, anything else you want?
It's a big fucking lull in me. Like it's always been hilarious seeing that shit, because it's like, all right, man.
Yeah,
my man really just showed up. That's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, I think it's a shock too, obviously, just because, you know, Ric Flair's been on good terms with WWE. They didn't think that he would jump ship to another company, especially with who's in charge right now, one of his closest friends in the business right now. So it's, and obviously, you know, his daughter is a big star in WWE. I think a lot of people are surprised he jumped ship, but yeah, it's interesting. I'll read word for word the news when it comes to that. So this is all from Dirt Sheet Radio. It says Ric Flair has signed a multi-year deal with AEW. Variety has also learned exclusively that Flair's Woo Energy will become the exclusive energy drink of the professional wrestling promotion. Under the deal, during AEW show dates, select host venues will carry the drink at concession stands. It will also be stocked in the wrestlers' locker rooms and will also be seen on the announcer's desk during live events. In an interview with Variety, Flair said that he has known AEW boss Tony Khan for nearly a decade, which made discussing such a deal easy. I just reached out to Tony, Flair said. Then Tony got back to me, and he said he'd been interested in that. I wasn't selling myself. I was just selling energy drinks. And then Tony was thinking about Sting's retirement and asked if I wanted to be a part of it. Flair then made his first appearance for AEW on the October 25th episode of Dynamite, joining Sting, Tony Schiavone, and Darby Allin in the ring to discuss Sting's upcoming retirement from wrestling. I can't put it into words, Flair said of that night. It was huge. I was nervous until I walked through the curtain, and then I went out like, here I go, it's where I belong. Tony Khan, this is still quoted by Ric Flair, doesn't get tired and he never loses composure. He's just as nice as he can be, and boy, he got the respect of that locker room. I can tell you that Flair said, and not from being pushy, just from being totally calm. When it comes to any future plans with AEW, Flair says the company can give him a call at any time, and he will be there. I like going the night before if I can, so I can have a couple of drinks with the guys. But yeah, it's my life. It's what I love doing, he said. I can talk. I can still talk better than anybody. They'll find out if they turn me loose, he added with a laugh. I'm dying to go one-on-one with MJF, man. It would get a raid in too. Let's talk, young man. So obviously that line right there, everybody wants to see that now. MJF and Ric Flair go at it, promo battle wise. So that's pretty cool.
I really don't mind that.
I think that'd be awesome. It would have to be. I don't even think one of them have to be heel or face. I think they could just do it. But yeah, this is where this I want. But yeah, it does say Fightful reports Raw Energy Drink will pay for a significant portion of Flair's AEW salary, if not all of it. So yeah, again, it's not all Tony Khan's money. So I think a lot of people were mad at Tony Khan because he did that, but it's not all of Tony Khan's money. And yeah, I'll read you the thing what it says about his clearance. After the news of his signing to AEW, Ric Flair stated that he has received clearance from his doctors with regards to taking bumps and performing in the ring. So we could see Ric Flair's last match come again pretty damn soon in AEW. You know, Ric Flair could be wrestling again. So, boy, I can't imagine imagine how many people would be pissed off they attended and went to Ric Flair's last match pay-per-view last year, and then he has another match in AEW. That would just be such a wrestling thing to do. But yeah, that's everything basically news-wise and everything like that. You know, another week of Spark. It was, I would say, it was a decently big week for AEW. I would say Dynamite's probably the biggest show to watch this week. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything you want to plug or promote before we end this off?
Oh, okay.
You seem tired doing this episode of Spoke.
No, like I just saw this 2-minute match by Kenta that was fucking nuts. But one other plug is I created a new intro for Frontline. This might be my actual favorite intro I made. If you want to watch it, go to Color TV and the intro / ad is there. James, if you're watching this, go to my channel and you can find it right there. You can just play it if you want. You probably won't because there's copyrighted music, also known as the SmackDown I Want It All theme playing.
That's fair.
So yeah, which is one of my favorite fucking SmackDown songs ever heard. But what else there to add? I'm going to be. Oh yeah, speaking of Frontline, I am doing tapings and I'm currently I'm editing 3 episodes. Well, one is going to be released on Wednesday. The other 2, the next few Wednesdays. So yeah, and for PW shit, I think we're down to the final 3 days or 2 days. I can't count right now, but it's the final few days of the autumn tour, and yeah, the main event of the gala is the World Championship match. Well, it's not world, but this is my world title, which is called the National Championship, between Brandon Sharp, the champion, taking on against the winner of the Grizzly tournament, Max Cutter. So yeah, and yeah, what else there to add is I'm finishing up some stuff on a Color TV, and I'm getting some things ready for the future. So yeah, you got anything to add?
There you go. Yeah, so I got the redo of Halloween Havoc Retro that I screwed up. I have to make up for that. And then Owen and AJ Talks. There'll be a couple videos. Danny Phantom season 1 episodes 2 through 4. Either is, I don't know when it's going up. That's obviously James's thing, but that will be up soon. And then this week we're recording Owen and AJ Talks. We're going to be reviewing the SpongeBob episodes. So I should have waited to wear the shirt till Thursday, but whatever. Where they go up on land for the first time, and when SpongeBob throws the peanut at the giant clam, we'll be reviewing those 2 episodes.
God, that episode was so goofy as shit, bro. Just throw a peanut.
It's happening.
Yeah. I'm like, alright, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome to come on if you want to come on review that.
Oh, that shit was funny as fuck, bro.
But then, as for this channel, obviously WWE Aftershock, that will be recorded Sunday. It will be uploaded Monday, and then whenever we can get Spark done. If we can get, obviously, if AEW is happening Friday, we'll probably record Spark either Saturday or Monday, since we have the time to do it now. But obviously, that's just going to depend. They might just tape it Friday, and it will be released Saturday. So we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And since we're recording this in the past, we will talk to you guys in the future.
Alright, bye.
Bonus!
Hey y'all, it's post Spark, and I just want to get this out there real quick before I do anything else. So I just want to, if James listening, hi. I kind of want to do this real quick because I feel like I want to give those who watch Spark a treat. Well, I just want to give those who watch Wrestling Fortune 44 in general, like Spark, Aftershock, The Rundown, a little treat, And I want to, and the treat is a little bit of a interesting matchup, It's gonna be Katsuhiro Nakajima taking on against the Dangerous K himself, Toshiaki Kawada. And I feel like this might be kind of fun. So if y'all want to, so here's your treat for those who is loyal. Okay, loyal, and those who watch. So should I do commentary? Nah, y'all don't want to hear my voice anyway. So yeah. Let's just I want y'all to enjoy. Catch you later. I think my game crashed. Fucking long. But yeah, if y'all like enjoy that match, that's fucking dope. So yeah, I'm going to end the recording, and if y'all want to see another match, I'll think about it. But yeah, so yeah, have a good night.
Podcast has concluded. Be sure to check out more group discussion as far as AEW content is concerned, and check out more content from For the Win Productions.